Hey, this is, hi, I'm Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars, and I am here with Saturday Night Online, and I'm going to answer some questions that you, my friends, my freaks, my family around the world, yes, you, I know all of you, and some of you I know who you are, have asked me some questions, so I'm going to start and get right to it so I can get to as many questions as humanly possible. So, Noel from San Antonio. The first question is, what inspired you to produce the Hurricane video? Good question. That video was inspired by the song itself, and that song was really different for us. I remember when I played it for my brother, he was like, oh, that's different, and that I was excited about that. Of course, the song for me lyrically was a big inspiration as well, and it's interesting because sexuality isn't something that we as a band have explored too much with the music, and I felt that it was an important element to explore sexuality. It's a worthy and just thing to explore. We're all sexual beings. It's a part of our lives, whether we like to admit it or not. And so that really started the journey, asking questions like, why have I kind of ignored this as a writer, and ultimately that led to Hurricane, which is really about dreams. And yeah, good question, Noel. That's my first answer. Second, Anya from Poland. What thing you will never do, but you always wanted? I will translate. Is there something that you have never done, but you have always wanted to do? There are so many things that I've never done. I've never chewed gum in space. I have never blown a bubble underwater. I have never tap danced on the moon. And I've certainly never fought a gladiator. But all good things come to those who wait. In life I've found that dreams are possible, and it's really important to fight for what you believe in, and if you're willing to do the work, anything is possible. So I'm looking forward to doing some of the things that I've always wanted to do, and I've got my fingers and toes crossed. Thanks, Anya. Manuela from Italy asks, you are the frontman of a big band and a talented actor too. Thank you for remembering. I once made films. So you get tons of gifts. There was one that touched you. Okay, I'm going to translate because I know my friends from around the world, especially from Italy. Was there a gift that touched you deeply for some reason? There were several things. Someone gave me a sword. I was talking about that earlier, like a real one, not some ceremonial, but like a really sharp, heavy, substantial, ass-kicking, head-chopping sword, and I thought that was pretty touching. But sometimes people give me little bracelets like these that I'm wearing, and that's very sweet. And then they steal them from me when I'm playing the show. Yes, you do. Rachel from Medford. I like Medford. I've ridden my bike around Medford. Asks, what is your favorite city you have ever visited? Now, we all know that I can't say that because I have no favorite. I love many, many different cities around the world, but I certainly do love New York City. Lola from New Hampshire. I like that name, Lola. What's the best thing about touring? The best thing about touring for me is seeing all of you around the world, visiting all you people, and seeing these wonderful places. Thanks for the question. Vicky from Greece. Supposing you could live in another era, what would that be? Probably I would live in 2006. That was a good year. No, I'm just kidding. 2006 BC. Think about mean, I tend to be someone who's kind of planted in today. I would love to live in a time where, we were exploring and other planets, and in contact with other civilizations. Anyway, Jessica from Detroit. Yes, we know that's in Michigan. Even though your band is a huge success, do you guys still draw inspiration from your favorite bands or musicians? Inspiration is great, but I think we're really on a search to become more of who we really are. Good question. Kelly from Baton Rouge, the Red Stick. Who were some of your favorite artists growing up? Led Zeppelin, The Cure, The Who, Pink Floyd, The Police. As I got older, Nirvana, Nine Inch Nails, Radiohead, Bjork. Eddie from Philly. What's your songwriting process? Every song is different. Sometimes it starts with a guitar, a piano, an idea, a drum beat, a computer, a noise, a book could inspire something. It's always different, and that's what I think is interesting about it. Kim from Evansville. What's your favorite thing to do when you're not rocking out? My favorite thing to do when I'm not rocking out? I really have a lot of different things that I like to do, but if I have downtime, I like to spend time growing a beard. No, I'm just kidding. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. See, obviously, we've never met before. I like to spend time in the wilderness, and I've been practicing the art of living with wild animals, mostly wolves. Terry from Italy, could you ever give up doing music, and if you could, for what? Well, certainly if I died, I suppose, I would give up quite a few things. But you would gain so much. Maybe that's a bit dark. I don't know if I gave up music. I certainly could. I mean, there are other things to explore in life, and maybe there would be a day where I walk down a different path. I keep my options open, Terry. Patty from Pennsylvania. You travel the world sharing your wonderful music with fans like me, but what are you most afraid of? I am most afraid of you. Patty, no, I don't know. I think fear is a great motivator. Fear of mediocrity, fear of not accomplishing goals and dreams. I'm not so scared of boogeymen or things like that. I like boogeymen. Candace from Philly, what's the best way for you to connect with your fans? Oh, give me a call. It's 555 777 21. The shows. That's where we connect. The shows. Come see us. We're going to play in Philly soon, Candace. It's going to be a theme night. Patricia from Portugal. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? With a very long beard in the middle of the desert, half naked. Very, very, very inspired. Rebecca from Canada. What's your favorite fiction book? I'd have to say Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged. Maria Lazareva asks, 3 things you would do if it was the last day of the world. I would probably, the 3 things that you would probably do seems funny. You would probably, at some point, you'd probably throw up. You would definitely blink, and you would say shit a lot. Kelly from Scranton, what do you like better, being in the studio or performing live? They're both different. It's kind of like they kind of are the 2 sides of a coin, really. Thanks, Kelly. Adam from England, is there going to be a 4th album? That's the question of the day, of the year, of the decade. You never know. It really depends. We haven't really thought or talked about a fourth album yet. We're really still focused on This Is War. There are quite a few battles to still fight, my friend. See you, Adam, my English buddy. Jin from EU. That's a rather broad place to be from, the EU. But it says EU Claire. Where's that? Eau Claire? Oh, I thought it was the I thought it was the...
Oh, the European Union?
Yeah. I've spent too much time overseas. No, never too much, but... Okay, Jan from Eau Claire. Eclair. What's the most memorable concert you've ever been to? I've seen some pretty great ones. Some pretty great ones. Cure Disintegration tour was pretty great. Nine Inch Nails, Tower Spiral. Rich from Amarillo. Of all the places you have traveled, what is the nastiest food you have ever eaten? I've watched Tomo eat pigeon toes in China, so that's probably the nastiest. I stay away from things like that. Thanks, Rich.